What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Listen, finishing Roni is slightly better this week. That prank is still a topic, so I can give all right. You can give it a 5. Well, we'll be back. I think Nate thought they weren't having a new episode, but we'll do our live at some point this week. Let's get into the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, honey. Come on in. I know I've been live a lot tonight, so my notifications may not go out, but it is what it is. We're going to talk about it, and maybe people will catch it in the replay. But this is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 11 episode. Season. Shoot, what season are we on? For them, I think this is season 18 or something. Oh, shoot. I hit the wrong button. 14, episode 2. So we pick up where we left off with Kyle and Dorit arguing. Now listen, y'all know I hate when people make me agree, when these shows be making me agree with people I don't want to agree with. For example, on the Real Housewives of Potomac, they got me agreeing with Giselle way too much this season. Like without Robin, we really dealing with a different Giselle, and I'm liking it, much as I don't want to like it. Same thing here with Dorit. Listen, Dorit, she gets on my nerves and she is team too much. But in this conversation with her and Kyle, baby, I am so here for this conversation with her and Kyle because I agree, Kyle, you keep moving the goalposts. And instead of just telling Dorit what your real issue is, you are giving all these other reasons and you're talking all around the problem. Yes, I get it. You were going through a lot last year. You were dealing with your separation. You were dealing with, I don't know, questioning your sexuality, whatever it was that you had going on with Morgan. And I can respect that. But at the same time, Kyle is one of those people. See, child, because let me just go on to be honest with y'all. Let me just go on to be honest with. Can I be honest with y'all for a minute? Because y'all my people. Baby, I'm going through a situation with some people right now that I thought they was friends, but maybe not so much friends, whatever situation. Like I'm going through a situation right now. And my thing is this, in friendships, especially mature friendships, meaning we are grown and we should be able to deal with each other on a level of grownness. Okay. If you are my friend, I should be able to come to you for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Friendships are not superficial for me. Friendships are not when things are good or when you tell me you like something or when you tell me I'm right. Friends are supposed to be there to check you. And sometimes, let me tell you something, and I'm not even going to say respectfully. I'm going to say period. Because sometimes your friends got to get in your stuff. And if y'all are really friends, you should be able to hear it because you know it's coming from a place of love. If you don't respect your friends enough to understand that when they're giving you criticism that it's coming from a place of love, then that's not the friendship you need to be in. And me and my best friend, y'all have heard me talk about my best friend. Me and my best friend, sometimes we get into it. And it's not always pretty. But at the end of the day, it's what needs to be said. And I know it's coming from a place of love. And she knows it too. We don't always like it. And so this whole Kyle, Dorit situation, Kyle, you done gave us 5 different reasons why you mad at Dorit. And even though I think Dorit came on a little hard, like she was ready for this fight, like she definitely amped it up because she knows she almost lost her job last season and she can't afford to lose her job, especially since she about to go through this divorce. We're going to get to that later on in this episode. But honestly, in my opinion, thank you, Miss Baythang. Honestly, in my opinion, she came on a little harsh because, like I said, I think she got a little tap on her shoulder, and the powers that be down to the Bravo said, "You better bring it, or you're gonna be over there with Crystal. You better bring it, or you're gonna be over there with Crystal Minkoff." Okay, doing a podcast with Cynthia Bailey ass. Okay, listen, Kyle, just tell that woman I was going through a lot, and I felt like you were not there for me. I felt like you did not have my back. And the other thing that I hated that Kyle did, and she admitted that she did it. Here's what I hate. I cannot stay in that tit for tat. We too old for that. So you literally admitted that you went on your Amazon Live and talked about how you and Dorit weren't that close because you were mad at her about some shit she said somewhere else. Then this whole BravoCon thing. Girl, I was with Dorit. Girl, she was joking. Really? You are really that insecure, Kyle, that when somebody says, hey, rank the Richard sisters from your favorite to your least favorite, and Dorit joking about having to think about who her favorite was, really put you in a place that you ready to disown your whole friendship with her. Girl, how insecure are you, Kyle? And Dorit was like, girl, it was a joke. Like, what the is wrong with you? She said, we joke like that with each other all the time. See, I don't have that kind of energy. And like I said, y'all, maybe I'm feeling some kind of way because I'm kind of going through a situation right now with my own situation. But I don't have the energy for that to be tiptoeing around you if you're supposed to be my friend. I just don't have the energy for that. And y'all too old for that shit. So, baby, the conversation didn't go nowhere. And Kyle left. She did what she did best. She turned on the tears. It didn't work. Dorit wasn't here for it. Dorit wasn't buying into it. Dorit wasn't giving her none of that. She wasn't giving it to her. And she ain't had nothing else for him. Now, let's get to my girl Boz. I really, let me say this. Chuck, you hold me accountable. Miss Baythang, you hold me accountable. I don't know who else is in here because y'all ain't dropped down. But y'all, I know y'all will hold me accountable. Let me say this. We know how these housewife shows go. You start off liking somebody, and by the end of the season, you feel some kind of way, you side-eye them. But Chuck and Miss Baythang, this is what I want y'all to not let me forget. When we get to the end of this season, I want y'all to hold me accountable. I don't care how much she might get on my nerves, because I don't know. I don't know her yet, okay? I don't care if she decides to be best friends with Dorit and her and Dorit go again. I don't care. Y'all don't let me forget how I'm feeling in this moment right now. And let me tell you how I'm feeling in this moment right now about Miss Boz. Bitch, you better. Let me tell y'all something. Housewives don't deserve her. This woman is everything that most, because it's a few of them, most of these housewives pretend to be. Now, there are a few heavy hitters. Jenna Lyons is definitely a heavy hitter. When we talk about the world of fashion, she is definitely a heavy hitter, and she is who she says she is. Y'all know what I'm saying? But when we talk about the melanin popping, CEO, she said, I done been through around this block 3 times. I have been a CEO or CFO, whatever her title was, of 3 Fortune 500 companies. And I walked out on my own terms. I retired my damn self. She said, and I'm at the point now where I don't have to worry about waking up in the morning and checking my email. She said, if anything, I am sending emails for other people to do things for me. And that is how I like it. She said, since I retired myself, I am busier than ever by creating more spaces for people like me. She said, baby, the ladders that I climbed were ladders that were put there by somebody else. Now I am creating my own ladder. Bitch, let me tell y'all something. I don't know how y'all got her. I don't know what y'all paying her. I don't know what her motives are for coming on this show. But bitch, you better. And then she gave us the breakdown on her husband. She said, listen, I was out here looking for my Nubian king, and I found this ginger snap, okay? But let me tell you what, I loved him and he loved me. And yes, when he got sick, we was going through our own little marital situation, but baby, I dropped everything and I was there for him. And unfortunately, the cancer took him faster than we could figure it out. And cancer robbed my daughter of a father and robbed my husband of an opportunity to be a father. She said her daughter is her best friend. Let me tell y'all something. I am so here for her. Now, again, she might get on my nerves this season because we only on episode 2 and I don't know her. But y'all don't let me forget how I'm feeling in this moment. Y'all remind me now, Chuck and Miss Baythang, I'm holding y'all accountable. Y'all remind defend me, because she might get to a point where I'll be like, ooh, why she here? Y'all remind me what I just said. Because when I say, if we are talking about the one reason why I love Beverly Hills, and I have told y'all this a million times, the one reason why Beverly Hills is my favorite franchise, even among the melanated franchises, is because Beverly Hills never stopped being what Housewives was. And what that is Housewives was supposed to give us a glimpse of the other side. And Beverly Hills has never stopped doing that. They have always been opulent. They have always been high class. They have always created things and done things that I'm like, damn. I know I use this example every single time, but baby, when they took that group trip to Jamaica and the resort sent the private jet to pick them up, baby, that is a level of, y'all know as much as I vacation, and y'all know I got friends that travel high class and in high class places. But baby, listen, no other franchise has topped that. When the resort down to the Jamaica sent the private jet that the resort owned and flew that jet from Jamaica to Beverly Hills, to California, to pick them up. And then when they got to the resort, each one of them had their own, they didn't have their own room. Baby, they had their own, I don't even think it was a suite. It was bigger than a suite. And they all had their own butler. I'm sorry, did you hear what I said? They all had their own butler. And then when they were sitting there having their final dinner before they was getting ready to leave, and Kyle Instacarted a Rolex to the table while they was eating dinner. Bitch. See, that is why villa. Thank you, Rachel. See, thank you. They all had their own villa. See, I knew it wasn't a suite. Thank you. See, that's what I'm talking about. So as long as Beverly Hills is still giving opulence like that, baby, that's why I watch the Housewives. I don't watch the Housewives to see them do shit I can do. And I damn sure don't watch Housewives to see them do shit that I have done better. Like when Potomac went down to Miami and rented that damn Airbnb that had the leaky pipes and ate fucking packaged sandwiches on a powder what's them boats called where you a paddle boat. I said, what the hell is this? Baby, me and my friends took better trips to Miami in our 20s. Okay. Moving right along. Y'all done got me all on a whole different conversation. I done went left when we supposed to be going right. Okay. Now. Hey, Shay. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey. Audrey say that's why they my favorite franchise. Exactly. Hey. Kyle, you can't be this dumb. Once again, let me go back and let me once again go back to why I love Beverly Hills as much as I love Beverly Hills. If there is anybody, and I do mean anybody, that I would take advice from as it relates to a divorce, it would be Sutton mother effing Strack. Sutton mother effing Strack. Sutton said, hey girl, hey, you need to get in front of this. You need to get in front of this, Kyle. Kyle said, oh, we're getting along great. We're not going to argue. She said, until you don't. She said, y'all will get along until y'all stop getting along. Well, I don't think Mauricio would do me like that. I mean, he knows what I brought to the table. He knows, he has said it in his books and on his TV show. He said if it wasn't for me, I wouldn't be able to make it. Girl, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean you entitled to half. She's talking about some. Well, he knows that I own 50% of the agency. Where? Where does he? Is your name on 50% of the documents? Because I remember talking about when Mauricio was getting sued a few years ago. I don't remember seeing your name on none of them documents. I remember seeing his name on them documents. I don't remember seeing your name on none of them documents. Now, I'm not saying that Kyle's name ain't on nothing. But girl, and then the level of disrespect that y'all said he running around here doing, we're going to get to that in a minute. But this man is disrespecting you in your own house, and you think this the same man that's going to respect you? First of all, y'all only have one minor child at this point, which is Portia. And Portia ass is in high school, which means that best case scenario when it comes down to child support, baby, he got 2, maybe 3 years of child support. Now, depending on, I know some states you got to pay through college. Okay, girl. So maybe you have to pay for the 4 years of college. And if she has 2 more years of high school or a year and a half left, child buy. Baby, Sutton told you get them forensic accountants in there, find out what it is and what it's not, find out what you're entitled to, what you're not entitled to. She said, you need to file first. Again, if there's anybody that I'm going to take divorce advice from, it is Sutton Stratt, who not only, and I get it, the difference is she did not have a prenup. I understand that. And I don't know whether Kyle and Mauricio have a prenup or a post-nup. They may have a post-nup. They've been married since they were in their 20s. They have built a lot together. So she might be okay. I don't know. Do I think that Kyle has not talked to an attorney? I don't believe Kyle has not talked to an attorney. I don't think she's that foolish. I do think there's a part of Kyle that's not ready to put the period at the end of this situation. I do. I believe that there's a part of Kyle that's not ready to be done with her marriage, which is why I think she doesn't want to make the first move. But baby, you better listen to what Sutton is putting down, because we already know how Sutton living off of her ex-husband. We already know how she living. Okay, moving right along. So while they're at lunch, that's what Sutton and Kyle are talking about at lunch. And then they get to talking about Dorit and the whole situation with Dorit. Again, I done already been through that, child. I could care less, because at the end of the day, I feel like, Kyle, you keep moving the goalposts. I feel like you and Dorit were friends. I do feel like y'all were closer than you pretending to be, because you done already admitted that you lied and you exaggerated because you were mad and you were in your feelings. So I absolutely believe that there's more to that story. And I think that you were just mad because Dorit wasn't publicly just saying all the things you wanted her to say and saying all the wonderful, perfect things, and you're great and you're perfect and everything is perfect and your life is perfect. She was actually questioning things, and she was actually putting some truths out there. I absolutely believe that. California is also a community property state, so Kyle is entitled to half of the assets they acquired during their marriage. Candace, I hear you, boo. I hear you, but what Sutton was telling her was, you better get you, because remember what Sutton said is she had to get a forensic accountant because her husband had hid so much stuff. And had it not been for her forensic accountant, Sutton wouldn't be getting what Sutton is getting. I don't think she's questioning the laws of the state of California. I think she's saying, look, don't be naive and think he's going to play fair. You see what I'm saying? I just think that that's what she's telling her. Like, girl, don't think he's going to play fair, because everything is cool. Until she said, one thing I learned is that men don't like to part with their money. So I hear what you're saying about the laws in California. I get that. And like I said, I don't think they have a prenup, but they may have a postnup. And that's just how I feel about it. So then we see Boz in her house again. You know what other thing? And I know we only got a piece of her house, because I suspect, and I don't know this to be true, but based on the way they showed up to her house and all that kind of stuff, because Erica and Dorit went to Boz's house. I suspect that much like Kyle, they were in her pool house or her auxiliary house or whatever the proper term is, and that is not her main house. Because that house looked a little, when I say small, I don't mean small by regular people standards. I mean, I feel like that wasn't the main house. And the reason why I say that is because when they pulled up, we saw the ladies walking up a walkway, but that ended up not being the door where they actually were knocking at the door. Because y'all know that's not Kyle's main house that she films in. That's the extra house on that property. That is not her main house that Kyle films in, which is another reason when we get back to this Kyle Mauricio situation, I got some things to say about that. But that is not her main house. And I feel like that's the same thing with Boz. I feel like that is her auxiliary house or it's too big to be called a pool house, I guess. I don't know. In-law house. I don't know. But I feel like that wasn't her main house. But it was still beautiful. It was definitely beautiful. The ambiance outside. Baby, when I tell you I could live out there with a good book and either a cool cocktail or a hot cup of tea, baby, depending on the weather, baby, I could live in her backyard. It was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. That was in the Encino Valley house. Is that what it is, Mo Walker? But it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying nothing bad or negative. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. The area of her house was, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like that I just feel like, because y'all know Kyle has that. When she was looking at that property, when she was buying it, we saw that house. That's how I know that's not her main house, because when she was house hunting and they showed us the property, they showed us that extra house. And that is where Kyle always films. That's where she has all of her parties and all that. But it's a house. So it has a full kitchen and it's got bedroom. It's a house, but that's not her main house. But anyway, it doesn't matter, baby. It's beautiful. And they just kind of talked about the whole thing with Kyle and the friendship and stuff like that. And baby, another thing I love about Boz, because Boz was like, listen, I sat down with Sutton before that party and I asked her about y'all. I was like, give me the breakdown. Give me the who's who and the what's what. Like, she's not playing the Housewives game of, I didn't know anything about any of you. I walked into this with a totally blank slate. I didn't know it. She was like, look, I asked her the who's who and the what's going on. So I already knew there was some tension there, but girl, tell me what's really going on. Like, I love that she's not playing no games. You hear what I'm saying? I still love the fact that Erica is playing the middle, because again, Erica is friends with both of them, and Erica don't want no smoke from either one of them. So I love the fact that Erica is like, listen, I see both sides. Both of them have some valid points. Like, I love the fact that Erica is like, listen, both of them have some valid points. That's all I got. I love the fact that she was I'm keeping it down the middle, right? But that was pretty much the conversation with that. So then the ladies, Kathy, I guess Kathy is back as a friend of this season. I don't know, child. But Kathy, Sutton, and Erica decide that they're going to go and they're going to go have a girls' night in with Kyle, because Kyle is feeling a little down because baby Mauricio is doing petty male shit, right? So they said that Mauricio then took a picture of him and Kyle out of a frame and put the picture of him and his Dancing with the Stars co-star and put it in the frame in their office at the house. Now, I have a couple of questions about this whole situation. Question number one, you said Mauricio moved out. So is he still using, because remember, that's the guest house. Is he still using the guest house as an office? That's number one. So the fact that he changed the picture out tells me he still has access. What for, Kyle? When he moved out, he should have moved out. All that coming back, why is he coming in here? And Mauricio, hey, if that's the way it went down, because I'm not sure I believe everything that's coming out of Kyle's mouth, but if that's what went down and how it went down and the way it went down, Mauricio, that was petty as hell. You done moved out into your own place. I'm sure that it's laid out. I'm sure it's a beautiful property wherever you move, a condo, a house. I don't care what it is, but I'm sure that wherever you move to, you had ample space to put a picture of whoever the fuck you wanted to put, and Kyle would never see it. That was some petty shit, Mauricio. If that's what happened and that's the way it happened, that was petty as hell. And especially if it's the property that you're not even living in no more. Why would you do that? You're just trying to torture Kyle at this point. Now, I will say this. And this about to come off mean. Y'all remember last season when Kyle was Billy Badass and she was snapping at Mauricio and she was getting mean. She was being mean to Mauricio when he was trying to talk to her, and she was snapping at him. And y'all remember that last season when she was like, "It's a new me, new Kyle. I done stopped drinking. I done started working out. I'm not here. I'm not a pushover. You can't treat me no kind of way." Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that Billy Badass Kyle last season that we was dealing with? Y'all remember that? And all of that was because she had Morgan on her side, right? She was Billy Badass last year when she thought she was going to ride off into the sunset with her Knight S in shining armor, right? Now, I really feel like Mauricio was on some get back. Right, Audrey? Because Kyle flaunted Morgan last season. Exactly. I think Mauricio might be on some get back, y'all. And I'm not saying that makes it okay, because I think that's some petty shit, but that's what people do when their feelings are hurt, their heart is broken. We know that when it's affairs of the heart, people don't play fair. We got that. But I think that's part of what's going on here. I think that is part of what is happening here. I think that and getting tattoos and telling mom, right, telling his mom about the yeah, I really feel like maybe some of this is Mauricio's get back. Because Kyle, for whatever reason, you went off to do what you was doing last year, and now Morgan then kind of kicked you to the curb, and now you all alone, and Mauricio then went off and doing his own thing, and he is living la vida loca. Let's call a thing a thing. Mauricio fine. Now he might not be your cup of tea fine, but Mauricio ain't no bad looking man. And he rich. I'm sure that Mauricio don't have no problem finding him no woman. And I'm not saying Mauricio is a good guy. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Y'all might not be getting along. Y'all might be talking to each other. I mean, who knows what's going on behind closed doors, right? Exactly. I wouldn't kick him out of bed. Okay. So this next scene is cute as hell, but I don't believe none of it. And I'm going to tell you why. Kyle is at home. Her and Portia are cooking dinner. First of all, like I just told y'all, that's not even Kyle's main house. She films in that house. She entertains in that house. Why the hell are her and Portia cooking dinner in that house? Wouldn't they be in the main house cooking dinner? Second of all, oh, he's MAGA? Oh, well, I take back everything I just said. Never mind. Womp womp. Erase it. Although most of them are probably MAGA, child, especially them rich white men. I expect rich white men to be MAGA. I'm not saying that I like it, but I expect it, child. But yeah, we can want. Yep, I will kick you out the bed. Moving right along. So that's number one. Number one, girl, you know good and damn well y'all ain't in that guest house cooking dinner. Okay, that's number one. But it was cute. Number two, the whole scheme about Amazon was cute. Because they were like, how are we going to get past the gate? How are we going to get past the gate? So they had Kathy, fake disguise of her voice, go to Amazon package. It was cute, y'all. It was a cute scene. Listen, I am all here for fun scenes, right? I'm all here for fun because it was a fun scene. It was fun to see Kathy and Sutton and Erica laughing and being silly. It was fun seeing them playing something really nice for Kyle. It was cute, but I was just sitting here the whole time thinking, now you know good and daggone well that Kyle probably has a whole system set up for deliveries, right? But it was cute. So they ended up surprising Kyle. They had pajamas and they made homemade pizzas and they sat down and they talked to her because they know she was going through a lot. And I thought it was really, really, really sweet. I did. I thought it was really sweet of her, really sweet of them. But once again, they were trying to talk to Kyle about Mauricio and this whole situation. What up, Quake? They was trying to talk to her about Mauricio, and they was like, listen, Erica was like, look, girl, you know I've been there and done that. And Kathy was like, listen, you need to make sure you protecting yourself. You need to make sure that you got what you got, because we know Mauricio out here in these streets. We seen it. We know it. We see him. He out here in these streets. But Kyle is not ready. Listen, whenever we dealing with a breakup, she just not ready. She just not ready. But they was giving her some good tea. They really were. And I like the fact that they were gentle about it. They weren't like, girl, you need to. Like, I like the fact that they were gentle about it. They even tried to clown a little bit about Mauricio posting his Instagram pictures or whatever. I thought it was cute, you know, and I thought it was a really nice scene. And I thought it was, you know, again, I love this for Housewives. Let me tell y'all something. This was a great episode, especially for a second episode. And you know what? This episode was a perfect example of how you can have a good episode and it not be drama. Let me tell you, you know what? This is a textbook right here. I need all of the producers of Housewives shows. I need Carlos King. I need all of the producers of Pop. I need all of my reality TV producers to study this episode. This was a perfect example of how you can have a good episode that is not full of drama. Yes, we've got the Kyle and the Dorit situation, but you know what? We saw the little argument at the beginning of the episode. We had a little situation at the end of the episode, which we're going to get to in a second. But for the most part, there was some really good scenes. I loved the respect that they gave Boz. They gave Boz a whole segment to talk about who she was, how she got there. We heard her story. We saw it done in a respectful way. We saw the girls talking to her, and it wasn't all about drama. And it was like she didn't come on the show being catty. Y'all know how we see these housewives come on too strong, too soon. Like old girl last year that's married to the football player. Like, we didn't see any of that. You know, this was oh my gosh, this was a perfect example of how you can give us some good reality TV without it being over the top dramaful. And I'm even starting to like Erica again. Y'all know I used to love me some Erica Jane, and then I fell off the Erica Jane train. But Erica is starting to she's slowly but surely getting me back, y'all. I'm really liking Erica this season. I'm really liking it. Okay. They're trying to clean up how badly they treated Garcelle. Ooh, well. So after that, we saw Kyle. Listen, that gave us this whole dramatic Kyle leaving. Like, the child, Kyle, you don't live there. Girl, you let them finish. Once them cameras left, you took your happy ass to your real house. Okay? Moving right along. Okay. But let's be clear. Kyle's extra house is still bigger than my main house. Okay. Can we talk about it? That Kyle's extra house is bigger than my main. Baby. Now, this last scene is Dorit and PK. Dorit, come here, baby. Dorit. Come here. Come here. Let me talk to you. And I don't even like you like that, Dorit, but I'm about to give you some good stuff. Come here. Okay? That man don't want you. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. Dorit, that man don't want you. He don't. Baby, PK showed up in that Bentley. Baby, when I tell you that Bentley was everything, everything. That Bentley, bitch. PK said money problems where? Money problems where? Baby, that Bentley was sweet. Do you hear me? Oh, that Bentley was beautiful. He pulled up in front of that restaurant in that Bentley. He threw them keys at the... He threw them, I'm playing. But I'm exaggerating. But he threw them keys at the valet, baby. He swaggered his... He gave his best John Travolta strut into that restaurant. With that leather coat on, honey. Dorit showed up and she was like, yes, because, you know, PK and I, we talk all the time and we're in great communication and we're just here trying to figure out how to navigate this new space. Listen, Dorit, you told on yourself last week because you told that story 3 times about, and by the time you got to the 3rd version of that story, you admitted that PK wanted the separation, not you. Once I found out that PK wanted that separation, I said, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. PK wanted that separation, girl. I knew then it was a wrap. Baby, you said something to him about them clothes. He said, oh, I got all new clothes. Because we know PK done lost a lot of weight. Now, I don't know how you lost it, PK, and I don't care. You look good, okay? You look good. I don't like the scruffy situation. I don't like the in-between shaving situation. I need you to either let a beard grow, which I wouldn't recommend, or shave it, which I would recommend. But I don't like the in-between because it still makes you look really scruffy and unkempt, okay? So I need a clean shave. But you're looking good, PK, right? Baby, when PK stood up and said, single PK, I said, he said single PK. Dorit was like, I don't know if he understands how hurtful that is. He know. He know. He don't care. Baby, he said he's single. He done bought him a new wardrobe. He done bought him a new wardrobe. That motherfucker stood up and said, single PK. I said, Dorit, girl, I think you better let it go. Looks like another love TKO. Baby, PK don't want you. Listen, PK and Mauricio are going to be together or Dancing with the Stars with their new look. Whew. Okay. 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 All right. I'm sorry. So PK was like, I told y'all last week what it was. Baby, PK was a drunk. Okay. PK stayed drunk long enough to deal with Dorit. He probably didn't want to lose his marriage. He didn't want to lose his kids, but baby, Dorit got on his nerves. And Dorit said they would get into these arguments and then he'd be gone for weeks. So all that time that Dorit was like, oh, he's working. No, he just didn't want to be around you. He wasn't working all of those times. He just didn't want to be around you. So then she was like, wait a minute, Chuck, I'm getting there now. Let me cook. Chuck, let me cook. I'm getting there. Give me a minute. I'm going to make it there. I'm moving slower, but I'm going to meet you at the end. I'm going to meet you at the end of the road. You're a little ahead of me, but we're going to get there together. Listen. He said, look, I did what you wanted me to do. I got sober. And once he got sober, he realized he wasn't happy. See, a lot of times we use substances and we use other distractions because it distracts us from what we really know we need to do. Once he got sober and he realized, I don't want to be here. And it's okay that I don't want to be here. Baby, PK is never coming back. You thought this was temporary. You thought y'all were just working through it. You thought there was a road to reconciliation, baby. And PK is telling you, no, it's not. She said, PK, we talk like 5 times a day. He said, yeah, but we're not going to do that anymore. Baby, the look on her face when he said, yeah, but we're not going to do that anymore. She was like, what do you mean? He said, yeah, that's going to stop. The codependency, see, that's how I know he in AA. That is how I know he is working the steps. That is an AA word. That is an AA word. When he said codependency, I said, oh, baby, he working them steps. When he said codependency, I said, oh, he working them steps. That's an AA word. We're codependent. He said, oh, no, the calls will be stopping. He said, listen, we used to fight. And we would say some of the nastiest stuff to each other. And I just don't want to live like that anymore. That's just not the way I want to live. That ain't the world I want to live in. That's not how I want to be around my kids. He said, you know, you my best friend. He said, baby, when he said, if we talk to the waiter in this restaurant, the way we talk to each other, we would be put out this restaurant. I said, damn. Now, over the years, we have seen incidences and examples of Dorit emasculating PK because I've talked about it in my reviews. That Dorit has been absolutely emasculating to PK, and he told her that, and she was like, well, I've never heard you say it quite like that. You a lie, because I've heard him say it. I've heard him say it to you. So how you gonna say you've never heard him say it quite like that? Child, I done heard him say it. You don't want to hear it. Dorit, PK not coming back. He's not coming back. Now, let me tell you who ain't gonna be scared to pull the trigger. Mauricio and Kyle might be playing this little dance with each other, but let me tell you who ain't gonna be scared to pull the trigger. Him, PK, Dorit, you gonna be getting divorce papers soon, girl. By the reunion, I'm gonna predict that by the reunion, either she will have already gotten papers, or she gonna say at the reunion that they working it out. They working out visitation, and they working. When I say working it out, I don't mean working it out to get back together. I mean working through what divorce is going to look like for the kids. PK gone. She said the day they announced the separation, PK moved into a hotel and ain't been home since. I say he moved into a hotel and he ain't been home since. Well, you know what, Quake? The prenup, you're absolutely correct. It does depend on the prenup. The prenup is probably pro PK, though. Because remember, Dorit ain't coming to that marriage with nothing. It's probably, Dorit will probably get more. Because remember, I know they live in California now, but they haven't been in California that long. So, I don't know nothing about divorce laws, and I know it changes from state to state. And I think even for a while, they lived overseas. So I don't know what that looks like. But what will work in Dorit's favor is that they do have 2 young kids. So that will work in her favor. That will definitely work in her favor as far as support. It'll work in her favor that the fact that she's on this show and probably making decent money, because this is what, her 5th or 6th season. Dorit is probably making pretty good money off of Housewives. That's not going to work in her favor. But the kids, 2 young kids, that's definitely going to work in her favor. Definitely going to work in her favor. But baby, I predict that they're going to be divorced by next season. Her and Erica going to be going to clubs together, child. They're going to be out here on these millionaire dating websites together, child. Kyle and Dorit going to make up, and the 3 of them going to be out there together just looking for a man. I'm looking for a new love, baby. Right, PK is having the time of his life. Him and Mauricio, they're out there living La Vida Loca. Isn't their house in pre-foreclosure? Heard that last week. PK will probably move back to the UK. I heard something like that, but I've heard, child, they didn't say everybody's house in foreclosure. I heard her house, Mary Crosby's house. I heard there was a fake website that allegedly had Teresa's house, but they said it wasn't real. So, child, I don't even know at this point. I mean, I did hear that, and I wouldn't be surprised because we've been talking about Dorit having money problems for a few years now. So I wouldn't be surprised to find out that the house might be in foreclosure or pre-foreclosure. I can agree with that PK might move back to the UK. I can believe that he would want to move there permanently. So it'll be interesting. But y'all, this was a great episode for me, at least. I mean, as y'all can see, I had me a good time. Wait a minute, what? I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody just sent me. Somebody said they got blocked in my chat today. Who blocked? Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on. I don't even have a mod. Hold on, y'all. Let me take care of this. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Because I don't even have a mod in here. I don't know how somebody got blocked and I don't even have a mod in this chat right now. Yeah. All right. Let me go check. Because this is somebody that's a supporter. So I don't want. Y'all know sometimes YouTube, YouTube has mods. And sometimes YouTube will hold a comment. You're not blocked. If you're still in the sky, you'll hear what I'm saying. Try to type something in the chat now. You may not be blocked. You may not be blocked, but YouTube might be holding your comment if you were making a comment. YouTube might be holding your comment. All right, y'all. Let me check this out. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.